unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, discover the universe, one theme park at a time.
Greetings, Universal fans! This episode was made possible by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. So let's join the gang as we discover more about the Universal Orlando Resort, as well as Universal Studios Hollywood, Japan, and Singapore.
Hello and welcome to episode 126 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. I am your host Tracy, and with me tonight I have Lee.
Hello everyone.
Hunter.
Hey!
Who I think is in pain. And Darren.
Hello! Oh, hi! I was so wet. I am ridiculously moist.
Oh yes, Darren hasn't listened to the Islands of Adventure orientation. I'm trying to ignore it. Sure, and how we transitioned into Darren not being part of the second half of the show. Darren, you need to go and listen. It's quite funny.
Okay. Is that the one where we're making background noises?
Yep, don't spoil it.
I am so wet.
Yeah, the second part of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Before we degenerate into our usual nonsense,
We're already there.
this show is going to be our annual look at what's coming to the Universal Parks this year and beyond, which includes rumours.
Because I think there's more rumours than anything else.
According to rumour.
With a U in. There's a U in rumour, by the way.
There is. R-U.
M-O-U-R.
That's two U's then.
Same to you. Bum-bum-bum.
Yeah. Right, let's crack on and start with Orlando. So has anybody got anything to say about City Walk?
I heard there's Auntie Anne's Pretzels opening up.
I heard a rumour...
No, it's opened up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, actually, I heard a rumour that we're replacing the globe with a giant pretzel.
I think we put that out there last week. I don't think there's nothing out there other than NASCAR, isn't there?
That's not a rumour, that's a fact.
But no one knows what's replacing it.
Or do they?
Well, I know I know a person who's currently working on it, but he won't tell me what it is because he signed all the non-disclosure stuff.
Well, that just means you can't put his name on it.
He won't tell me.
Oh, good on him.
He won't tell me, but he said as soon as they're allowed to, we'll be the first people to know.
Woohoo!
Well, actually, I do know what it's going to be, so I can tell you now.
Go on, you'll say the same thing you say every week when we talk about this.
What's that?
Go on.
It's going to the UUOP
There you
Podcast Cafe.
Hey.
It's going to be an Applebee's.
The big rumour is...
That's where you get the pumpkin fizz?
No, that's in Hogsmeade. The NBC Sports Cafe, isn't it?
I guess that makes sense.
But then...
Yeah.
What makes me think potentially that it's not going to be is... Have they pretty much pulled NASCAR down? Is it gone?
Like, they gutted it. They took off the whole front of it. Last time I was there, which was before Christmas, they had gutted the entire building. The only thing that was still in there were the cars hanging from the ceiling that they had in there originally. That's like the only thing you could see of the inside. The rest of it was gutted completely, and they were getting ready to take those down too. So,
see, if it was going to be a sports bar, you would have thought they wouldn't have to change that much to it. The fact that they're ripping out the whole thing and redoing it, potentially, I would think, would mean that it's possibly going to be something else.
Is it going to be an eatery? It may be a store.
Auntie Anne's Scare Maze?
There's been rumours about stuff coming to City Walk for a long time. Something on Parkscope talk about something called Jekyll and Hyde.
I heard the third gate is going to go in there.
What is it?
Very, very small theme park.
Gulliver's Travels Land.
Miniature World.
Maybe that's where the Hobbit's going in.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Nice one. Awesome.
Like
right.
Yeah.
Darren's mic dropped. He's done for the night. Tip your waitress.
Oh, that would be awesome. If they can't get the Hobbit into the parks, then a Hobbit-themed cafe would be awesome. I would die.
Second breakfast.
I was just going to say second breakfast.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvish bread.
There's
That
nothing
would be
because
perfect.
other than NASCAR, there's nothing else going on. I mean, you two have been. Have you seen anything else going on?
No.
No. Trying to think of. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of space there. I don't see any of the existing places going this year. Yeah, so I think it'll probably be primarily that. That'll be the big thing.
I know there's been rumours going around. I think we talked about it about 3 or 4 months ago of City Walk Phase 2, because we talked about the like a Willy Wonka store kind of did the rounds, rumour mill for a while.
That would be neat.
And a few other bits and bobs, but nothing. We know what Universal are like. They'll announce it at like 2 PM on a Saturday or something ridiculous.
On a Friday morning, after the show's gone out.
No, it'd be like Tuesday morning after we've recorded.
Feeling good on a Wednesday.
But I think City Walk. I mean, obviously we haven't been since it's all been done with all the new stuff. But I mean, we had a really good time when we were there last time. I love City Walk, and for what they've added in, can only make it better. I can't wait to get back out there and spend more time in there, because I do genuinely feel it's a place that you can spend a lot of time in, and it be a destination rather than just a pass through.
Which is what it deserves to be.
It does. You know, it's the ideal setup because you've got to go through it to get to the parks. So it's not like I was listening to something the other day and they were talking about like how downtown Disney is and why it fails, because it is a destination. You've got to make a special trip to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish, though, there was another path just to get to the park. As an annual pass holder,
Yeah.
it gets tiring walking back and forth through there all the time. But
You would have thought
that's
there would have
just-
been something
that's
like
first
that.
world problems there.
True.
The only way you can do it's to go like out the back of the Hard Rock round that way from the like from Universal over to Iowa, can't you? But you still got to go in front of NBA and stuff to get round, haven't you?
Yeah, you can take the express if it's not a 45-minute wait.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. I'm just talking about like back out to the car.
All right,
Like,
sorry.
I forgot
Yeah.
something in the car. Oh.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, I guess
yeah.
we're going home. See ya.
Yes, Lee's done that one.
Dropping
Yep.
pictures off. I'm not carrying this round with me all day. Going to spend an hour walking back to the car and then back to the park. And...
Well, I sat and rested my feet.
No, you were in the Christmas shop. Is that-
Spending money so he comes back. Hey, you need to take that back to the car. No.
No. Well, there you go.
Right. So let's move into the studios then.
Whoa,
Anybody-
I got a lot on this one.
Oh, let's get
Well,
comfortable.
Obviously, the big one for this year is it's the 25th anniversary.
Yes.
It is.
They haven't announced anything. I'll be interested to see when they will announce it.
I have a permit to start off with.
Ooh.
Oh.
A permit for selective demolition of Building 88.
Which
Do you know what
is...
Building 88 is?
I have no idea.
It's Rip Ride
Garden
Rocket
of-
Lee Cry.
No. Yes. Ha ha ha. No,
It's not
it's
a
Garden of
building.
Allah.
Well, this has been rumoured for a
Yeah.
while, hasn't it?
Yes, but permits have been filed. They were applied for on November 4th, 2014, and have been approved. It includes all interior demolition. All interior demolition, demolition of exterior stairs, demolition of the breezeway, demolition of site pavers, and demolition of the stormwater. Yeah. It doesn't say anything after that. I'm guessing drains. So that means that's a huge thing. They're basically, they can take the whole thing down. They have permits to do so. And of course, the rumor going in is that's where the museum is going to be.
Which would be amazing.
Yes, which really makes sense for that 25th anniversary.
Definitely. You think of all the stuff that they could have, like the hoverboard and stuff from the queue line of Back to the Future, props from the Ghostbusters. Well, we'll get on to that as well, but somebody could have prop from the Ghostbusters show, stuff from Kong,
Jaws.
stuff
Back to the
Lowe's.
Future.
Yeah. Twister.
I've heard from employees there that in some of the break rooms they have these huge displays with those props from the different parks and rides like there in the break room, so they can pull those back out and put them in the museum.
I think it's something they should do. It's like, Hunter, you'll back me up. Disney have kind of got it with One Man's Dream.
And
All right.
over at California Adventure, they have the Blue Sky Cellar.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, they did that with Islands of Adventure. I can't remember where it was, but they had like that, like a preview center, didn't they, for Islands of Adventure before it first opened? Because I can't remember. Someone sent us a video of it. And it looked pretty cool.
It did.
And to do something like that, where when they eventually announced Kong, we're not onto Islands of Adventure yet, but when they eventually announced that, you could have a place in this to be part of Blue Sky Cellar and put the concept art in there to get people excited about what's coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone been round the Gardens of Allah? Have you been into that? How big is it, Darren?
It's pretty significant. There's a few break rooms and I think a couple of offices in there. Of course, I haven't actually been inside any of the buildings, but I've walked around the pavilion a lot because nobody ever goes in there. So I thought, hey, I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think you were allowed in.
There's a ton of space there. They have plenty of space to put the museum there.
It's like a courtyard out, but you sort of go through the opening door and it's like a little courtyard.
Yeah.
There. I know that's where they did the tasting preview for all the stuff for Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
In there. So that
and not many people know what the Garden of Allah is anymore.
I have no idea what it is.
I did, and I can't remember. I did look it up.
It's from a TV show. I forget which one. is the location? Is it like Golden Girls or something like that?
It doesn't ring a bell.
It does look like the hotel. Maybe that's what it is. Just the Hollywood Hotel.
There was a film called The Garden of Allah with Marlene Dietrich.
Maybe that's what it was there.
So that proves our point. No one knows what it is.
Hotel and Villas. Yeah, that's what it is. It's on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, it was.
Lots of famous people stayed there.
Yeah, there's the sign. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, it's not something that's part of everyday thought, especially I'm 30 years old, so anybody younger than me has no idea. So I think it's appropriate that can go and they can put something else in there.
Do you guys think the museum? Oh, I'm sorry about that, Darren. Go on ahead.
Oh no, just saying it definitely makes sense to do that.
What was always, I don't know, even almost kind of frustrating to me is that One Man's Dream is a wonderful attraction out at Hollywood Studios, but I'd say 98% of the people that are going to that park completely skip over it. So unless this museum brings something totally new to kind of like that walk around, check out theme park history type thing, I don't think it's going to be like a major attraction.
I think it's more for like the real fans and just
for people like
the legacy.
Yeah, the annual pass holders and things like that.
I think they finally realised that they do have fans like Disney do, and they're servicing them for a change.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Nostalgia is everybody's favourite subject.
Definitely. And like I say, I think they finally realised let's be honest, we're part of that. The guys over at Orlando United Radio, Universal Now, all those other podcasts out there that have started up in the last few years, it's made them realise, and they take notice.
I hope they do.
And, the forums out there, that they have realised that there are people who are as big a fans of Universal as those fans of Disney. And they're finally like, let's give, it's the ideal opportunity. It's the 25th anniversary of the parks. Let's give something to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I, for one, will be
I agree.
there.
And I will be very excited for that. I think they certainly have enough history. They have enough, rides that are not there anymore that they could fill the museum. And it would be a great nostalgia trip for anybody that had been there in the past.
Because you could have all that original concept art and stuff for Islands of Adventure in there as well, which would be awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
But I know something we spitballed around as part of our, I think it was a limited time magic show we did a while back, was, I think you mentioned it, or it was Thomas.
I think it was me.
About putting Jaws in the lagoon.
That was me.
Right.
I've heard a pretty strong rumour that will be happening this year.
I knew they listened to me.
That would be awesome.
Like an animatronic just swimming around in the lagoon.
Yeah.
It makes perfect
there's a
sense.
lot of space that they don't use at all, and that would be great. I know they have to take the boats out to get ready for the cinematic spectacular and everything, but there's plenty of edges and sides there that they could put them up anywhere.
That would be cool.
Yep.
I've seen a fin every now and again.
yeah.
and-
Yeah. And before we get too far away from that area, of course, we've all heard rumors of Kid Zone being completely renovated. Also, E.T., a full renovation for E.T. as well.
Yes, I have heard that too.
Is somebody having plastic surgery and having a boobectomy?
Well, we know we talked about on the last show that we know the like speech element of it all being re-added in, and as far as I got told by someone, it's all going to be a text-to-speech thing. So, you know, what that's going to entail in the future for it, I don't know. But I'm glad to see it getting some TLC.
Yeah. So what I've also heard is there's going to be an entrance through Central Park, actually, for E.T., a new entrance built while Kid Zone is under construction.
All right. Okay.
So you might see a new refurbished, along with the refurbishment of that, that should open up around the same time that the museum does. So you're going to see a lot of construction in that area. And if that is going to happen, I'd say it's probably going to happen pretty soon.
Have you heard anything about what that's going to be then?
Oh, the Kid Zone itself?
Yeah.
I do not know. That I haven't got any suggestions about what it's going to be. It's all just speculation.
I know someone reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and mentioned Burke, you know, How to Train Your Dragon.
Ooh.
That was rumoured for there.
Mm-hmm.
Having watched How to Train Your Dragon again very recently, and obviously How to Train Your Dragon 2 last year, and I know the third one's already in the works, I think that would be a brilliant fit for there.
I'd be there, elbowing the kids out the way. So you can buy your own toothless plush.
We talked about it, didn't we? Darren, were you there? Were you on that show or not? Or was it just us three?
Yes.
Yeah, we
No,
talked
no,
about,
I was
because we
on.
were talking about like the doing a Triceratops encounter type thing with Toothless, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Which would be a
You
pretty
could-
awesome idea.
You could have
Absolutely.
your coaster ideas there, where he adds the bit to his tail,
Yeah.
and he's teaching him to fly again. There's your little coaster.
There you go.
I think it would work quite well. To do
I'd be very disappointed if it doesn't
themed
now.
land as Burke would be awesome.
Yeah.
But that's all I've heard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything else. I mean, obviously, the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit's been bandied around for years, but really everyone sort of said nothing's going to happen as far as that until all these films are out and done and dusted. I mean, I know the final Hobbit's out and stuff, but
Do you know what? I don't think they've got enough area to do that justice, to be honest.
it's,
Because that whole realm,
yeah, Middle Earth's
It's-
huge. It's got so
yeah,
many
it's-
iconic
there's-
locations to try and then decide, right, which ones are we going to do?
Right.
yeah,
I think they're going to have to save it for the third gate if they're going to have to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you
If,
just
they, if they want to do that, anyways. I mean,
literally just do the Shire. But then everyone's going to
Much
be
so
like,
like
right, we want the Mines of Moria, you know, whatever. It depends which route they go down, whether they go Lord of the Rings or they go Hobbit or whatever.
I think Lord of the Rings has more iconic locations that people would want to say even then. Say in comparison to Harry Potter, you do have your major ones with Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
But Lord of the Rings, there's, you know,
So many.
probably at least 5 major locations that people
Yeah.
want to see in there, you know?
Even in the Hobbit, you think there's still quite a few. Like Lake Town, the Shire, and whatever the dwarf's place called. I can't think what it's called now.
Barney's Echo Tunnel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that Mount Doom?
Well,
Yeah.
Barney's Echo Tunnel. Yeah. I have been in there.
One simply doesn't walk into Barney's Echo Tunnel.
And make it out alive. I hear it's nice, though. There's an Auntie Anne's pretzel place.
Hunter, you
Yeah.
seem more obsessed with that than I do.
Speaking of pretzels, Twister.
Ah, nice segue. I like it.
Oh.
Smooth.
Well, Darren's on fire this year. I can see this is Darren's year.
Yeah, so rumors are it's going to be closing at the beginning of this year to be replaced by a Fallon-esque comedy show.
Is that what they go? Because you think we talked about a couple of weeks or maybe a month ago now with the guest survey or the online survey that went out there, and there was loads like Ghostbusters and there was what were the two old ones coming back. There was a Ghostbusters back in action, the Wild West stunt show, like a comedy show type thing, a Matt Hoffman type thing. Some Sprout or something was in it.
Sprout?
Yeah, some kids network
that's
thing.
like the
yeah.
little kid Nickelodeon. Yeah. Of course, I'd prefer Ghostbusters there, but if they're if they have to take it out, I'd love to have the Ghostbusters show back. It makes sense for the area since they've got the New York Public Library behind it still standing. I'd definitely prefer it to be that, but that's the only rumor I've heard. The Fast and the Furious was a possible replacement, but from the rumors I said, the space limitations in that building is preventing that from happening.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a ride in there, are you?
Yep, no. But that doesn't mean Fast and the Furious is off the table because there's another attraction that doesn't get a lot of visitors anymore, and that's Disaster.
Really?
I hear that San Francisco might be taken out completely.
Well, we've talked about
Be
that.
waiting for
That
that.
rumour's been there for about 6 months as well, but nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But Fast and Furious going in there with a Los Angeles backdrop.
Okay.
With a lot of iconic LA, landmarks and that kind of thing.
What are you hearing
In
as
that
far as a
area.
ride system?
I think it's going to be. They haven't said exactly what that is, but they do have a lot of space there because if you think about the pre-show area, the queue area that they have, which is a pretty giant queue for Disaster.
Yeah.
It's enough for them to put a house in every year and still have the queue running. So all of that space that gives them a lot of space to work with. So I'd probably, the way things are going, I'd probably say simulator, maybe with a few live car elements in there.
Because I know they're
Maybe
putting,
something.
and
akin
we'll get
to
onto it
Hollywood.
later with Hollywood. Yeah, and that's going to be like a 360 tunnel type thing, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, so I think you might see something like that, and that makes sense with the current subway system they have set up there, that they can cart a vehicle in and put that in there.
Yeah.
And just have to change the outside there, take down what they have existing, and put in the tunnel.
It's a bit weird if they do put Fast and Furious in that park now when we're already 7 films in.
Well, that gives them plenty of material to work with, though.
True.
This is true.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it's another one of those that who doesn't like fast cars and stuff? It makes for an exciting attraction. It doesn't necessarily need to be. You don't need to be a fan of the films to still ride it and have fun on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
True,
The Rock
true.
The Rock can still be a part of it.
Yeah.
As he is now. So it's it makes a lot of sense for that space that they have available there.
I'll be quite disappointed. I like Disaster. I'll be disappointed if it goes.
It'd be kind of cool if they still, because they have that tunnel there already set up, if they do still have like a pre-show kind of thing for it where they get volunteers from the audience to like maybe simulate one of the car scenes or something like that. I think that would be pretty neat. Put grandma behind the wheel of the like a Subaru WRX.
Are you hearing anything time-wise for that then, Darren?
I'm guessing it would, to happen by the end of this year, that would have to happen real quick. We'd have to see the walls going up fast because I think it would take just as long as it took for Diagon Alley or close to it to totally renovate that ride and the whole San Francisco area.
Because we're still waiting to see what the e-ticket for this year is because nothing's been announced.
No.
This is true.
I think I know what it's going to be.
E-ticket's at the other park.
Yes. But it still hasn't been announced. Yeah, everyone knows something's going on there because there's a bloody
Well, that's the universal way, isn't it?
huge
Yeah.
What?
building
Something's
there.
going on?
What's that? No, there's nothing.
worst
There's no
kept
giant
secret.
building in the sky. What are you talking about?
I'm sure we'll get over there. Let's move on to the other big thing that's happening.
Hey guys, I hate to cut it short, but I've got to go. Yeah.
Everybody
All
say
right.
bye to Hunter.
Hi, Hunter.
Bye.
So you.
Oh,
Aww.
I wanted him in there for next one. So anyway, the big thing that is happening this year, the thing that I'm probably more excited about than the 25th anniversary,
I think I know what this is.
would it be... Go on.
Halloween Horror Nights.
25th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Better-
excited
better-
about this.
Well, they've already put a tweet out there saying the first house is already written.
Yep.
No idea what it
Exciting.
is, but
I have no idea either. But the very strong rumor that has been going on is that if they're going to do the Dark Christmas.
yes. Well, yeah, I said when we started talking about this last year, because Krampus, Universal Entertainment have a Krampus film coming out this year.
Right.
So it's pretty much a shoo-in at that point, isn't it?
You would think so.
That's all right. I don't know much about Krampus, to be honest.
It's not something that's in our culture in the UK, is it?
It's
Yeah,
very
it's
dark
not here
from what
either.
I've heard.
Right?
It's a German thing, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
they-
No,
they-
that's going to be really dark
It's
then.
supposed to be
Yeah.
something like it eats all
It's in
the
chains.
bad children or something.
Oh, I'm in. I've got what I can send.
Santa and black leather.
Jade,
Ugh.
Krampus.
But yeah, that definitely heard about that. We know Jack's coming back. That's pretty much settled. Also heard American Horror Story
Yeah, that's been banded around.
might be
for a while.
licensed for 2015 in Orlando and Hollywood.
Right?
Okay.
And this comes from the same source that got pretty much everything right last year. So
See, this is killing me now. I don't want to get into the rumours already because I don't want to
Yeah.
go, oh, God, I don't want to do that.
we heard The Purge is coming back,
Really?
Good.
I would be happy with that.
Yeah.
and it'd be based on the third film in production, which is said to be a prequel.
Ooh, I did not know there was
Ooh,
another
something
one
that we
in
want to-
production. That would be cool. I'd be quite
Yeah.
happy to see The Purge. It's something that I've been quite disappointed that we've missed the last couple of years because I just think... Now, we're talking house or scare zone, Darren?
Scare Zone, I'm
It-
guessing.
I think it just lends itself so well to that.
It needs to be. Yeah, it does. Let's see
We haven't seen the
here.
last one, actually, the second one. Oh, The Purge 3, there you go.
Yep.
Centres around the very first Purge to commence. It sounds very interesting.
Yep. And as far as new technology, it's heard another rumor is that tech will be incorporated to enhance the mazes with chipped badges and a special app for personal devices.
Yeah, I was listening to Orlando United Radio last year, and Hate to Fly got invited to a Legendary Truth meet, and they did a thing with an app where it was set up in the Mummy extended queue.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear something like that's going to be happening again. But it also might just be incorporated into a house, because it seems like that Legendary Truth, what they use that for is, it's for promotion a little bit and for the super fans to give them a little extra, but it also is a way for them to test out those new technologies before putting them on large scale.
I think it's got, like, Darren, having listened to you talk about Halloween Horror Nights for the last, what are we on, 3 years now since we started the show, it seems to be like, yeah, they're good, the set design's amazing, but it's just walking through the same thing. And it's obviously, like, for people like us, it's not something we get to do very often, and you're kind of like, you do it every year. So it's right, I need something to be different, and it sounds like this could be that element that's going to make it different.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, for this year, from my perspective, I want to see it over both parks again. I think if they're ever going to do it, this is the year to do it. Because of how busy it was last year, they either need to put it over both parks or put more houses in.
Both.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
Both. It's a big enough year for the excuse to do it. It needs to spill out into City Walk as well. Can you imagine City Walk as a purge zone?
Like, they've got to go big with it this year. What do you two think could be something that's big? It's got to be big. It can't be just like, they can't just go, right, it's the 25th anniversary, we're going to do more houses. You go, all right, fair enough. It's got to be something big.
It's a very old film, though. I really don't think that'll stand
Shut
up.
up, they're not going to do a haunted house on big.
Um,
I can't. Obviously, this is because I don't get paid to do this stuff, but I'm trying to rack my brains to think of something that's really going to mark the 25th anniversary.
Well, I think, I mean, Mike Aiello has taken over the Halloween Horror Nights Twitter. And he put on their Halloween Horror Nights 25 update. This was back on December 18th. He says the team's been hard at work on concepts. Elements of our past are definitely going to be represented next year. With next year being a huge anniversary, what has resonated the most with you? Characters, thematics, mazes, etc. He's looking for feedback and that kind of thing. Because some things are still definitely up in the air. We've got the one house down solid. You don't know for sure that they've got everything else figured out as of yet. He's posted 2 pictures. You saw that first house.
Yep.
The house number 1, and then he's also put in a quick little picture. Halloween Horror Nights 25 Street Zone, and that's all it says. ZO. So there's a little map. They've got the street zones going. So you will have scare zones back. That they're still staying. You're not going to see an overall concept, I don't think, like they have tried in the past. So I think last year they saw that people like the scare zones and they want to keep that going.
Have they?
But I don't know, like a big thing that they can do.
Have they ever done a solo house?
They haven't, but those tend to be an
like
upcharge.
An upcharge, yeah.
And I think at Universal to do a house like that, I think it'll be a significant upcharge.
And even if it
Busch
was,
Garden charges $50 to go through theirs.
But you think, how many people are they going to get through that in one night?
Hang on, because I've got a solution. Think of the one that we did this year, last year.
Right.
That was just literally a straight run.
Yeah.
So
It kind of wasn't, but whatever.
No, but you bagged mass. Yeah, but they could just have literally corridors of them. They could put 10, 15 people through at the same time, but you're all...
No, if they did something like that at Universal, everyone would expect it to be set design-wise and scare-wise above and beyond anything else. You wouldn't get away with doing...
If you're blindfolded...
No, well, why do... They wouldn't do
I'd
that.
do it.
No, they wouldn't do that at Horror Nights, because that's what they're known for, is the set design. To do something as simplistic as what Lee and Sarah did. Not saying it was absolutely awesome, but I don't think they would do it there.
There is nothing that could do more psychological damage than your own mind.
This is very true, but yeah.
Yeah, what I want to see him do is I want a waiver sign, super intense house, not for kids, no one under 18 admitted to this one particular house. That's what would do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want that concept of a place where they can touch you, not hurt you, obviously, but I want somebody to be able to reach out from the wall and
Yeah. Well, if you think back, if you'd listened to the Dead Man's Digest that I did with Lee and Sarah, who from PUP events for the scares that we did last year, that's one of the things that immediately when the first one we did, evac, they were like, right, just so you know, you're not allowed to touch the actor's back.
Right.
And we went, you're not allowed to touch them back? Does that mean that they're allowed to touch you? And Sarah was like, yes, that's one of the things that we give our actors. They're not allowed to hurt you, but just to touch you, grab, pull. And I tell you what, it does make a difference.
2 minutes later, when something's tickling the back of my neck and snorting in my ear, and I was wetting myself.
Even that, just getting in your face, just being able to physically stand in your way so you can't get past them. Without it does make a hell of a difference.
Oh, yeah, because I was noticing it when I got sent through by myself.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Yeah, have that where they can be touched. And have somebody just grabbed out of the queue and they take a different way by themselves.
Yeah.
Because your group then is going to be going, what's going on? When are we going to see them again? Which kind of takes you off your game. And for the person by themselves, having been that person by themselves, where you're going, crap, what's going to happen? That could be a way of upping it. That is going to intensify that.
That would definitely be very cool. It's down to logistics, I guess.
Yeah, that's
really what it
be
comes
the
down
biggest
to
problem,
for them. But I've talked about it a lot. I don't like how family friendly it's gotten over the years. I miss that intensity that it used to have, and I want to see that back again. Another big rumor this year is a Alfred Hitchcock house.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard that one.
That would be amazing.
I would love that.
Going back...
And it makes sense because that is part of the park's history.
Yeah.
a big part of it. Yeah, I mean that was my favorite attraction when I went there as a kid. It was between that and Ghostbusters, really, which is weird for a 10-year-old kid. The first trip there, but it's just so cool, and I love the Alfred Hitchcock films and everything, and I think that's perfect, and it matches up perfectly with the 25th anniversary.
I would like to see him do a genuine maze rather than it being a linear walkthrough.
Yeah.
Something where there are multiple routes through the house. Again, logistics when you're trying to get hundreds of people through an hour.
Right.
Yeah, but people get lost. It's going to take quite a few people out of the queue lines.
But if you think, Darren, over the last couple of years, it was always... Orlando always called them houses, and it was always Hollywood that called them mazes. Yet you think to the last couple of preview events you've been to, they've specifically changed it, and now they're all referred to as mazes.
Right.
Yeah,
But
it isn't. It's not a maze.
Yeah, no. The closest thing I've seen to an actual maze in any of the parks was at Busch Gardens last year, where they had the zombie containment unit. Where you were allowed to go through and shoot your way through. You had guns, and the zombies had chest plates.
Yeah.
When you shot them, they had to freeze basically for 5 seconds before they could start attacking again. That one had branching paths that let you go wherever you wanted throughout the warehouse. But the way they did it, it worked out well enough to the point where all the branches come back together, it still got you through the house in a reasonable amount of time.
Okay.
So that you weren't stuck in there too long.
Yeah.
So I could see him doing something like that. A concept like that would be really cool, especially with the extra manpower and money that Universal has.
I know we need to move on because we could probably talk Horror Nights all night. But I know
plan the next 10 years.
Thorpe Park at their Fright Night or whatever they call it a couple of years ago did a Cabin in the Woods house, and that was amazing. They had multiple ways through it because they had the control room somewhere in it, and there's quite a few people would go through and not even go into that control room. It was one of those that if you found it, you did really well. So you could go through the entire maze and not see the control room, but still go through it in a non-linear way. It's going to be... I enjoy the run-up to Horror Nights, listening to all the rumours and all the rest of it. Obviously, I have a much more vested interest in it this year. I am excited. I might be not so excited by the time they've announced everything, but hopefully Mike will do well by us.
I'm sure he will.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Thank you, please.
Yeah.
No more clowns, thank you, please.
No, I can't wait to see Jack.
Actually, do you know what? They need Pennywise in there.
The Stephen King house was ruined for a while. Anyway, we could talk about this all night.
There's
I'm
lots
sure
of Stephen King
like
material.
9 months to talk about this.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's move park then.
Okay.
Let's head over to Islands of Adventure. Anybody heard anything in Islands of Adventure?
Yeah.
It'd be the worst kept secret.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, it's funny actually because the film was supposed to come out next year, 2016, Skull Island. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be a Kong prequel, isn't it?
I guess so.
And everybody was expecting the attraction to open around the same time as the film come out. But now, I think a month or so ago, that film's been pushed back to 2017.
Okay.
But apparently, I mean, I've seen pictures of it, but not recently. But that show building's virtually up. And I think it was the guys over at Orlando Informer were comparing the construction of what Kong is currently compared to Diagon Alley at about the same point, and they believe that there's no reason why that attraction shouldn't be open this year.
Okay.
Which would, like you said before, Darren, that's pretty much got to be the e-ticket for this year.
Yeah. And it's still, the sources I read as of January 2nd, we're still saying that Skull Island will debut at Universal Orlando Resort this year. So,
yeah. Which I hope so. It's something else new. But I've heard sort of rumours about what the attraction's going to be. From what I've heard, it's going to be split into sort of 3 sections. You're going to have an outdoor portion. It's a Jeep ride, apparently, with a live guide on.
Okay.
So there'll be an outdoor portion, an indoor portion, and then the finale will be the Kong 360 tunnel that they have out in the tram tour at Hollywood.
Right.
And then once you come out of that tunnel, that's where the Kong animatronic will be.
Okay.
And that's amazing. That's what everybody's been asking for, really. And that makes sense too, because I've seen the construction area quite a few times, and the actual building itself is pretty small compared to the amount of space that they have cleared out.
Okay.
So that definitely makes sense as far as, having those 3 sections and the different areas that they can use.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, I'd say that definitely makes sense, and it would be awesome because that's what we want. We want the live actor on the vehicle again.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good homage to Jaws as well.
Yes.
Yep.
To have that back. We don't want to get rid of that in the parks completely, and just having that, I think that just makes the ride so much better.
Completely. I mean, I've said it since we started this podcast that me and Tracy are really big advocates of having that live interaction with a team member as part of the attraction, and it's...
Because we like to join in where we can as well.
But you look at Disney, and it's Disney is slowly eradicating it from their parks completely, and it's so sad.
Yeah. So, definitely want to...
I know there was a big... people were worried that it was all going to be screen-based. I know I heard a rumour last year at some point that the indoor portion will have screens, but it's going to be used as like the like a background to give it depth rather than be the actual attraction.
Yeah.
Okay. That's acceptable.
Awesome. You can't do the stuff that they want to do now with like animatronics and stuff. You just can't do it.
True. Yeah, you can't reach everybody's expectations with just strictly animatronics alone.
You can't.
And I've also heard that there's going to be like you said, that makes sense with the Kong animatronic at the end, because I've heard that there's going to be like kind of a stinger when the guests exit the ride vehicle. So like as you're leaving, there's like one more thing kind of thing as you're getting out. So be prepared for that.
So that's going to open November then.
My only could probably...
yeah, a week after
no,
we come
they'll
home.
want it open for Horror Nights, I reckon.
Not if they don't go across parks.
I still think they'll want it there because they'll know all the crowds will be coming in for Horror Nights this year. They'll want it open for that to get people to go in to spend time in both parks rather than just go, well, we'll just go to the studios and do Diagon Alley and then stay for Horror Nights.
Makes sense. I think they might actually want it open for the summer, the heavy season. So we'll see.
My concern with it is, like I've always said, that I love Islands of Adventure for how well themed it is, each island, and this is it's in between Jurassic Park and Toon Lagoon. It isn't really like an island. It's just going to be sort of plonked, and it spoils that a little bit, I think.
But I think it goes in well with the Jurassic Park area as well. I think it just fits in along with that.
Jurassic Park? Or is it going to be renamed? They have filed permits to use the name Jurassic World.
Nice turnaround there.
But apparently I read, I think it was on Screamscape as well, that they've also, now I'm assuming these must be part of the new film, they've also filed trademarks to use the names Indominus Rex and Diabolus Rex.
Okay.
Now, there's been rumours of Jurassic Park getting something put into it for quite a while. There was rumours of like an Amber Mine coaster thing, and then it went scaled back to a sort of loosely themed wooden coaster and stuff. But, again, it's the ideal opportunity to put some synergy together with the film they've got coming out and to revitalise that area of the park. Because I've always said it's a nice area. The River Adventure's alright. Camp Jurassic's pretty awesome. The Discovery Centre's crap. There's nothing in there to keep me there.
Yeah, it's a really hot, sweaty, like, diversion between, like, the place you want to get to and the place where you were.
That's pretty much all it is. It's a thoroughfare from Toon Lagoon to what now is, I suppose, the Wizarding World.
And it's a shame because it could be such a lovely area because it's lovely and leafy and it's got the shade. Going back to Horror Nights, I think that'll be awesome. Can you imagine that in the dark
They've done
and
bits in
hearing
there before, haven't they?
But you could have
Yeah.
there's these amazing costumes now with people walking about as dinosaurs. That in a
Yeah.
very low light, and then you hear this huge screech. You'd poo yourself.
I would be very surprised if they don't do some sort of tie-in with the movie.
I think they have to.
Yeah.
It depends how.
From what I,
Go
yeah,
on.
from again the rumor source I was on that it's stagnant, but as the movie releases, or depending on public interest, that kind of thing, because the trailer actually has gotten a little bit of flack
Really?
for being a little generic and cheesy with the dialogue.
Ah.
I think it looks really good.
Yeah, the one thing particular was like them specifically saying in the trailer, like, we've created a new kind of dinosaur, and then later on, oh gosh, what's his name? I'm zoning out.
Chris Pratt.
Yes, Chris Pratt. Yeah, he has another piece of dialogue in there going, yes, but it depends on what kind of dinosaur they created in that lab.
Well,
it's
yeah.
just kind of, yeah, a little generic, but I don't know. From everything I've seen of it and all the little bits and pieces and how well they fleshed out the area, and I don't know if you saw the trailer, but they had an area out in front of the park that looked exactly like City Walk.
Yeah, it even had a Margaritaville.
Yeah. So I think it'd be really cool, and if they could somehow incorporate those spheres into some kind of a ride there,
Yes, please.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like you say, they've set it up. It's a theme park. There you go. You don't have to
Yeah.
do anything. The concept art's there. It's the film.
Yeah, it's perfect, and yeah, update the staff uniforms, change the restaurants around a little bit, change the Discovery Center, update that completely. Put in the new. I'm sure they have something similar to the Discovery Center on the new ride. So
Yeah, the film. Yeah, I don't know what to do, but no, I would like to see. I've always said it's like our good friend Mr. Andy DeGenova, who's a massive Jurassic Park fan, has always had a go at me for my loathing of Jurassic Park. It's not that I don't. It's not that I hate the film or hate the area. There's just nothing there. There's a water ride, and it's like, you're not going to ride water rides over and over and over and over again. The average person will come in, they'll hit Dudley, they'll hit Popeye, they'll hit Jurassic Park, and then you're done with your water rides for the day. There's nothing else to keep you in there, unless you've got kids to go to Camp Jurassic. Pteranodon Flyers is far
and it's
too
a
much of a
huge
slow
chunk
loader.
of the park.
Yes.
That and the comic strip land thing.
Yep.
That both of those areas, they need a lot. It kills me that the Triceratops encounter isn't there anymore, because that was magic for me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like going in and seeing that was one of the best parts of the park, period. So not having that there and a lot of things, but they do have that space there that they could use to put in a new experience. And then I'd like to see them incorporate maybe these the cool raptors from Jurassic World that seem to be friends with the humans and that kind of thing. I think that would be really neat for that area.
Definitely.
Yep.
I'm going to go back on to something that I hinted at on last week's show when we were talking about Rip Ride Rocket and not being able to take anything at all on the in your pockets and stuff. But the rumour I heard, it was actually Gregory mentioned it when we had him on for his team member thing a couple of weeks ago, that he'd heard it, that potentially the fact that you have nothing in your pockets means they don't have an excuse to not allow Dragon Challenge to duel anymore.
Ooh.
Yep.
Now, we might as well... We need to go for a break at some point in a minute, but I'll throw this in there as well. So the reason they closed Dragon Challenge down in the first place was because idiots had things in the pockets or were throwing stuff and took someone's eye out and nearly chopped someone's leg off. If they're stopping people taking things on that ride, then there's no reason why that ride can't duel anymore.
Exactly.
True. And as long as they cover themselves enough, saying with like crazy verbiage and everything, and
Which they're not averse to.
Yeah, and probably a barker like they have out at Rip Ride Rocket now, with a megaphone saying, "Don't bring this, don't bring that, don't bring this." Then that kind of, their hands are clean as far as that goes.
I would love to see those coasters duel again, because it's not the ride it was by any means. I mean, both my kids, Jade hasn't ridden it at all, and Raymond's ridden it like not dueling, and then he went on it in '09 when it still was, but it was all completely mistimed, so he still hasn't ridden it properly. And if we can go and experience as it should be, then like as it is at the moment, you can take that ride out for me. I don't care.
Yeah.
You put it back how it should be as a dueling coaster, and I'm all in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
But Islands, it's still everything seems to be in the studios. Islands isn't getting a lot of love. I know they're getting Kong and a few other daft little bits and bobs, but there's nothing.
I think these couple of years are really for the studios to be built up, because this was the problem before, was Islands, it went over and it became the place to be.
Yeah.
Like that especially when the Wizarding World opened over there. A lot of people were going to the parks and just going to Islands of Adventure and not going to the studios. They said, oh, well, that's the same stuff that's been there, since I've been going as a kid, except for Transformers. But before Transformers, there was nothing new there,
Yeah.
So, or not enough new to say, hey, let me buy another ticket. So I think they put a lot of focus into that, and they're really building up the studio side, and then they're going to go back over, to Islands and really, start looking at things there. I think the comic area is going to be one of the first places to go, in my opinion.
I mean, I said when we came over in 2013, Islands of Adventure was always my favourite theme park in Orlando. It just blew me away the first time we went in there. When we came back after our 3-week trip in 2013, I actually said the studios was my favourite park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been my favourite.
Well, on that note, let's head off for a little ad break. Diagon Alley is open at Universal Studios Florida, and we know all you witches and wizards can't wait to visit. So let our friends at Fairy Godmother Travel deal with the muggles in resort reservations. They are Universal Parks and Resort specialists, as well as an authorised Disney vacation planner, and their service is free to you. From the new Cabana Bay Hotel to those other hotels run by a mouse, Fairy Godmother Travel can book all your Orlando area vacation needs. And make sure to let them know you heard about them because of UUOP, because every UUOP referral helps us continue to bring you the best Universal coverage. Contact them today by phone on 832-284-4002 or toll free 888-939-642539 or go to fairygodmothertravel.com. Let Fairy Godmother Travel make your next vacation magical.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Welcome back, and we're continuing our look forward with Universal Studios Hollywood now. So, let's look at the studios themselves first.
Well, there is only a studios there.
Fine.
That's probably the park that's
That's
getting
what they should improve on. A second one.
the most done to it at the moment. As far as this year goes, as you heard on last week's show from Dr. Ian Malcolm, the House of Horrors is now gone. I actually spoke to the PR from there a few months ago, and all she could tell me was it's going to be a new entertainment and dining location.
Read into that what you will.
Just some sort of restaurant-y thing, I suppose. But confirmed for this year, their Springfield area will be opening.
Awesome.
As Dr. Malcolm mentioned. And also their Fast and Furious add-on to is it the backlot tour? The tram tour, which is like a Kong 360 tunnel-y type thing. But I'd be interested to see what their Springfield area is like compared to the one in Orlando. We'll have to get Andy on the show once it opens and do him get him to do a comparison between the two, because he's the only one out of anybody we know that's done both of them. It'd be interesting to see how different the two are, or whether Hollywood gets something that Orlando hasn't got, or vice versa.
I think they will. They've been knocking it out of the park over there in Hollywood with Super Silly Funland.
Yeah,
attached to Despicable Me, and that, and even Grinchmas this year. If you saw, just look at the Tracy's birthday video.
I know.
yeah, it looks
And
stunning.
look at that. It's amazing. They've even got the trash chute to Mount Crumpet set up out there, which was like too cool. Like, I wish we had that here. It was so awesome. Just a lot of things like that. And they really seem to, because they don't have the space and everything that they have here, they just seem to be doing the areas that they're doing so much better.
I think they have to, though, don't they? Because, like, where Orlando is a theme park, Universal Hollywood still has that sort of stigma attached that it's like a weird thing, because it's still sort of half studio and half theme park. And now that they're wanting to make it more of a theme park destination, I think they've got to. And that audience out in California is, it's not like a vacation destination like Orlando is. You've got to give stuff that people really want, that go, well, especially for like people in the middle of America, it's like, who can go either way. Well, I might as well just go to Orlando. Give me a reason to go out to the West Coast other than just because it's a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, it doesn't look like they're getting any rides as part of Springfield. But I mean, Kang and Kodos doesn't seem to get a lot of traffic out at the studios.
No, it's usually a walk right on.
It's a shame, because I really like it.
Yeah,
I
it's
enjoyed
fun. It's a cool way, and it's cool to see a good way to see the whole park. As you fly by, I'll usually just go all the way up to the top and just ride it up that way.
It'd be interesting to see, what it's like. I say we'll definitely have to get Andy on.
I think because they don't have the rides, then they're going to have some more food options, and I think they'll probably have a couple of additional stores. You might actually see and there's, as far as I know, there's no place that actually sells comics over there at Hollywood, so you might actually have the comic book guys shop.
That's what I was going to say.
That kind of thing going as well.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
instead of that
do
being just the bathrooms.
like some sort of animatronic of the comic book guy as well. That would be cool.
Oh yeah,
That would be awesome. But they're actually opening this year, and then the biggest thing that's obviously going on there is their version of the Wizarding World, which is well under construction, and that opens next year. And again, that's going to be interesting. We spoke to Shao about the one in Japan, and as a comparison to Orlando, it doesn't sound like it's much different. It'll be interesting to see if the Hollywood one's different.
Well, you'd think that the Orlando one was the learning curve.
But Japan hasn't, like Shao said, the ride's virtually the same. Hogsmeade's pretty much the same. They just did more of a sort of foresty walk up to which Orlando kind of seems, and obviously we haven't been since the Hogwarts Express opened, but it seems like you've got more of an entrance into Hogsmeade now rather than Lost Continent. Oh, Hogsmeade. Darren. I assume that's how it is now. It's got more of a lead up to it rather than it just being, oh, there's the entrance.
A little bit, and it's like they have like one of the stones you see in the Forbidden Journey ride, and I actually just noticed that last time I was on the ride, that it's the same stone, but they've got but it's pretty generic.
Yeah.
To the area, you mean seeing Hogsmeade Station is really the thing.
Yeah.
That introduces you to the area now.
Because I know the one out, Shao was saying the one out in Singapore, in Japan, has like a proper wooded walkway up to the entrance to Hogsmeade because it's it's a complete cul-de-sac where it is out in Japan. It's just it's not like you can't walk through it to somewhere else. You go there just to go to the Wizarding World, so it's in its own little area.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if Hollywood gets anything different, but from what I can gather, it's going to be a pretty huge plot of land.
Yeah, it looks like it. I forget who it was, but somebody put up some aerial shots of the construction, and it's pretty significant. It's a huge space, so they have a lot to work with.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't got anything else for Hollywood?
No, I don't.
Know a lot about Hollywood.
That seems to be their big thing
We're
there.
rubbish.
Yeah.
That's why we're called the unofficially Universal Orlando podcast.
Well, let's hop on a plane
Yeah.
and go to Singapore then.
I'm
Let's
gonna-
go to Singapore.
Jump in first, and actually, we announced on our Christmas show that Shao was hanging up his microphone and not doing audio reports for us anymore because he was a little shy. Well, having spoken to Shao just a couple of days ago, he has relented, and he will be bringing us
Good.
live audio reports again.
Good. I love Shao. He's lovely.
He is. He's really great.
He is, yeah.
And everybody really seems to enjoy his segment, so
I do.
glad to have him back on board.
He said the only thing with Singapore is there's not a lot goes on. It's a very quiet park, and there's not a lot of rumours and stuff flying around. So, but we kind of work out between is it'd be nice to do like a walk the walk type thing
Yeah, definitely.
if he can record from. But anyway, we'll get there. But Battlestar Galactica is due to open any minute now.
Yes.
They've put new cars on. Shao was there on a couple of weeks ago, and he said he saw it testing. It's testing during the day while park guests are in there, and it is dueling,
Good.
Cool.
which is again another thing that I think if they're going to open that, because that's been shut, that was shut for nothing, no reason given, and it was shut for a long time. Did we say it was 2010? I think it closed.
Something like that, yeah.
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 So I think that's a pretty decent indicator that we might see Dragon Challenge dueling again. But then I had a stupid, crazy rumour about a year ago that, and this obviously completely puts that to bed, that they were going to take Dragon Challenge out of Hogsmeade and ship it over to Singapore for some reason.
Oh, that sounds cost effective.
That's what I heard. And then obviously their big one this year is the Puss in Boots coaster and little land that's getting built out there.
Uh-huh.
Which, yeah.
Maybe that's bigger over there.
Apparently, I know Shao was saying like all the Shrek stuff and the DreamWorks stuff is really big out there. They, I think I remember from talking to Laura Wallace, she said out there, the characters, the people go crazy for them. Like out in Japan and Singapore and stuff. So
Well, it's a no-brainer then if that's the case.
no,
So,
they're cool, and they're putting a new show out as well. And I think like a Puss in Boots stage show type thing. But yeah, Shao said there's not a lot goes on at Singapore. It's very because it's only really small.
Yeah.
They struggle more with like expansion areas than Orlando does. So there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
so that's it for Singapore.
Yeah,
Let's hop over to Japan then.
the one we know even least about. We've got all sorts of crap written down here that are rumoured about.
I know nothing. I've been a bit busy with Christmas though.
Apparently, they're supposed to be building a new hotel, which made me actually this one. I put this one in here because I thought Darren would get quite excited about it because I think this was on Screamscape as well. Apparently, they're looking to build a new 5th official hotel, which is going to be 28 stories with nearly 600 rooms and one odd but unique feature. According to the article that they wrote, the hotel will offer a very unique elevator experience. The elevator will be themed to look like a time machine. No further details were given, but whoever wrote this for Screamscape said, I'm not quite sure how this will play out, though it would be interesting to have an elevator with a flux capacitor and Back to the Future style time circuit display to choose your floor from.
That would be very cool. And you know what I'm thinking? Each floor is a different year.
Oh yeah, oh my god, that would be amazing.
Ooh, like it.
Yeah, so you got 28 stories with 28 different time periods with the rooms themed to each time period. It makes sense with a time machine elevator, right?
That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you know that Universal, like looking down the Orlando route, that they're not like Disney. They don't want to be over generic themed hotels. So something like that, I think, would be classy, but still give it a unique theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's always like, when you're doing Harry Potter hotel, it's like we're never going to do anything like that. And you only have to look at that with Cabana Bay and Sapphire Falls. You know, they want to go down something that's going to be classic.
Yeah, but
Rather-
not something that, if it becomes, if you know, the ride or attractions go away, they don't want to be tied to that kind of thing.
Base it
either.
on a
That's
film
what it
that in
seems
30 years' time that everyone's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
who's going to want to stay there?
Yeah, that would be awesome. If that's indeed what the hotel's going to be, I'm going to Japan.
I'm coming too.
It does sound
Yeah.
cool.
I'm staying for 28 days in a different hotel room on a different floor every day.
Sounds like a plan.
You could do there.
Yeah.
You'd literally
Yeah.
stay 28 times and not have the same experience.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I say Japan's a weird one because I don't really know much about it, but I know on Screamscape
Yeah.
again they said they've confirmed 2 new Sesame Street attractions,
Okay.
Okay.
which is weird. I always find because like Universal Sesame Street, but then Busch Gardens in Orlando has Sesame Street, and Orlando's Florida,
Yeah.
isn't it? And it's weird like licensing thing, but apparently they're going to be adding. Let's have a look. They're supposed to be opening in March. An Elmore themed Zamperla skater.
Right.
I have no idea what one of them is. And a Zamperla Samba balloon ride themed to what appears to be a new pink polka dot Sesame Street character named Moppy.
Okay.
Right.
Well, then.
I haven't watched Sesame Street since I was probably about 8, and I didn't really watch it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too into it anymore either.
It's still on the go, and it still seems to be popular.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a great show for kids. And probably one of the few that are still wholesome, on television. So,
True.
And then the only other one was, obviously, with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Screamscape have heard that, according to Screamscape sources, the park have been mulling over ideas for attraction replacements for Terminator 2 3D and Back to the Future.
I gotta get there. Gotta go.
Yeah, because there's an interesting one. There was rumours going around for a long time in Orlando that Terminator 2 was supposed to be going, and that rumour's gone. It's not something that's
Yeah.
been brought up for quite a
It
while.
hasn't, has it?
No, it hasn't. And with a new Terminator movie coming out,
Uh-huh.
Genocides.
I think it's okay for a while.
Good, because I tell you what, as far as the 3D goes, that's the best 3D in that park.
Yeah,
I haven't
definitely.
ridden Gringotts yet, but I don't feel that the actual 3D on the digital is as good as old film 3D. It doesn't have
No.
that reach out. It doesn't look as 3D, if that makes sense.
No, exactly. It's when the theater is specifically built for it, like Terminator 2 3D and Honey, I Shrunk the Audience over at Epcot was. That both of those featured a kind of 3D where they can literally bring it right up to your face.
Yeah.
Um,
Stunning.
and-
What I love about T2 as well, it's not just the 3D. You've got the actors, you've got the robots at the side, and then the interaction between the screen and stuff, and then it's just, I think it's stunning.
Yeah, the only moving vehicle ride that I think gets the 3D anywhere even close to it is Transformers. And because Transformers does a really good job of it.
Yeah.
Especially considering the vehicle is moving around all the time, to keep that perspective and maintain that. But the other attractions with 3D just don't come close to that kind of 3D.
Like the 3D on so when we did Spider-Man, I talked a long time that I was hoping with the redo that it would feel like riding it again, and it's still good, but it doesn't feel like it comes out at you anymore. Despicable
Right.
Me was the same. That doesn't. I think the digital 3D is good for depth, but not good for like out,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
is what a theme park attraction should be. When you're watching a movie, you want the depth. When you're in a theme park attraction, you want that stuff coming. You want the gimmicks. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And I don't think that digital 3D gives you as good a jump out 3D as film 3D does. And you think how old that Terminator 2 film is. They filmed that alongside doing the movie, which came out, 1992?
Yep,
Wow.
So it's
that's right.
22 years old. And you
Yeah.
can see the screen burn on it a bit now, and you can see where door is with a bike coming through, but it's still the actual 3D is still stunning.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, when a few times in particular when they've got the like the kind of sentinel robots coming after you, those things get right up in your face.
Yeah.
And the T-1000, when it sticks the spikes out of the screen, they are going into your eyes.
It's unreal. It's
Yeah.
amazing how clever it is when you think about it, because it's just two separated images.
Yeah.
Stunning.
And then there is always that little part of your brain that goes, what if those robots actually did
Yeah, you
start
always say. I
to
remember
war?
Jade crapped herself the first time we did that, didn't we? And you had to take her glasses off and just go, look, it's not real, it's just blurry. Oh, and she's like, oh, okay then. But, yeah. Seems to be all the major stuff's Orlando and Hollywood. Obviously, Beijing will be under construction this year. Be
What was
interesting to see what goes
not
on
know.
there. Yeah, never ever get out there.
You never know.
Right.
I need to find someone who lives in Beijing now. I need to find someone in Japan. If you live anywhere near Japan and visit Universal Japan quite often, give us a shout.
Definitely. If you've ever been, give us a shout.
Yeah, well, that's
Yes.
why we had Shao on, just because he's like, I was looking for a Singapore correspondent. He was like, oh, I've just been to Japan. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yep, that's going to do it for episode 126. It's tatty bye from me, goodbye from Lee, goodbye from Darren, and as you heard, sadly, Hunter did have to leave us early, so goodbye from him as well.
Yeah.
And you've been listening to the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Well, that wraps up another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Just search the word UUO Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so if you've seen something hilarious in the parks, let us know for our Funny Schmidt segment. And if you've had a great experience with a team member, we want to hear about that too. So to get in touch with us, email us at podcast@uuopodcast.com or record us a message at speakpipe.com/uuopodcast. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and rate and review the show. That would be amazing. Not an Apple user? No problem. You can find us on Stitcher, at uuopodcast.libsyn.com, as well as many other podcast apps. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Fairy Godmother Travel, for all your Universal vacation needs. Head over to our partner site, micechat.com, for even more theme park news, and check out micepod.com. So until next time, be adventurous.
This has been a MicePod.com presentation.
MiceChat.com.